start your presentation?
ஆஃப் பண்ணிடுங்களா? ஆஃப் பண்ணிடுங்க. நாளைக்கு கிளம்புறேன்.
Vaishali, you can start now.
Okay, ma'am. Hi, I'm Vishali from.
Yes, Master.
Now I'm going to present my project, Machine Learning Based Eye Disease Prediction System. Abstract. The machine learning based eye disease prediction system is a smart eye disease prediction system. The proposed web application is aimed to offer a complete tutorial to eye problems. The website is also aimed to detect eye problems by asking necessary questions and provide predicted results based on the answers. The website provides all the necessary profiles about eye problems and it related information into every online users. The website includes one-time registration page which lets the user to register and test the eye problems. The website is planned to ask various questions into the registered user to check the eye problems. Based on the questions and answers, the website reports the eye test results into the user. This web portal can reduce cost and time consumption due to manual consultation. The prediction results and users' profiles are maintained in security manner. Thank you.
Okay, the next presenter. Kavita.
Ma'am, I am Rajalakshmi.
Yes, Rajalakshmi, you can present, madam.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Is my screen audible, visible, ma'am?
Yes, madam. Yes.
I am Mrs. Rajalakshmi, Assistant Professor, as well as Research Scholar, Department of Computer Science, Sri Sharada College for Women, Tirunelveli, under the supervision of Dr. V. Valli Nayaki, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, Sharada College, Tirunelveli. So my topic is a survey on simulation techniques in urban sprawl. So what is meant by an urban sprawl? An urban sprawl is the rapid expansion of geographic extent of cities and towns towards undeveloped land areas. So for a developing country, the unplanned urban growth causes a very big problem. So due to urbanization, we can able to develop the city as well, and we can plan the growth of the city as well, and it is well organized. So the effects and causes of urban sprawl means that is habitat fragmentation due to urban sprawl. That is, we are having separate groups, that is upper class as well as the middle class. Those who are having economically standard can move away from the city, and those who are having less income is within the city. So, and because of this urban sprawl, water and air pollution may be increased. Infrastructure cost also very increased, and there is an social homogeneity as well as inequality among the people. And traffic and also very high within the city. So using this geographical information system and remote sensing, we can plan for the future. We can predict the future of the urban sprawl, and we can plan the city according to that. So a geographical information system is a design system designed to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and present spatial or geographical data. This is used to analyze the urban sprawl and land use, land cover change with remote sensing. So remote sensing is the acquisition of information about an object or phenomena without making physical contact with the object in observation. It's mainly used for acquiring information about Earth and other planets. Remote sensing is the process of detecting and monitoring the physical characteristics of an area by measuring its reflected and emitted radiation at a distance. So we are having two types of sensors in remote sensing. One is the active sensor, another one is the passive sensor. Active sensor provide this own light source on the object and take the photograph of that object. Passive sensors, on the other hand, detect the natural energy that is emitted and reflected by the object or seen being observed. Applications of remote sensing. Some specific uses of remote sensing images of the Earth include large forest fires can be mapped from space, allowing rangers to see much larger area than the ground. Tracking flows to help predict the weather forecasting and erecting volcanoes and help watching the dust storms. Tracking the growth of the city and changes in farmland or forest over several periods or decades. Discovery and mapping of the rugged topography of the ocean floor. So it can be easily done. So I am taking the urban sprawl for Tirunelveli city. So it is since it is the fifth largest municipal corporation in Tamil Nadu. So it includes many industries and administrative services, agriculture. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yes, continue, madam.
Madam, is it audible? Ma'am?
Yes, it is audible, madam.
So since I'm having call my here I have taken that satellite image and satellite image processing with the help of the georeferencing. I have taken the picture of the Tirunelveli city, and for the supervised classification, I have find out the land use, land cover change reduction area of Tirunelveli city. And after that, I have to simulate with the help of the models, cellular automata and sleuth model. I have to find out the simulated models of 2025. So that is the aim of my project. So for this, I'm going to predicting modeling tools. I have making use of, since we are having several modeling techniques, several ways to find out the simulated model. I have mainly chosen this simulator automata CA model, sleuth model, and artificial neural network model. Within these models, so combining these models, I am predicting the future part of this Tirunelveli city for the year 2025. So cellular automata model is one model of a spatially distributed process that consists of an area of cells that evolve step by step according to the state of neighboring cells and certain rules that depend on the simulation. CA can be used to simulate various real-world processes. So it is a computational model actually. So with the help of time to time, it varies. So depending upon the state of the cell, whether it may be 1 or 0, the neighboring cells also changed. So next, that is in cellular automata model in 1980s, Hull and Wall Newman coined this model. So it consists of 5 different elements: lattice, state, cell, neighborhood, and transition rules. Next one is the sleuth model. The sleuth model means slope, land cover, exclusive area, urban extent, transportation network, and hillside. So we have to consider all these things for finding out the previous, that is the simulated one for the next upcoming years. So also I have making use of this artificial neural network for predicting integration of GIS and remote sensing, and ANA computational method gives a strong method in environmental modeling such as urban growth modeling. So using these three techniques, that is the future model of Tirunelveli city for the upcoming years is predicted. So simulation model is, that is cellular automata, smooth and ANN model. Already we have land use, land change for the years 2004, 2011, and then 2018. Using 4 and 11, we have predicted a model 18. So the simulated model is corrected with the actual model of 2018, and a model validation is done. And then according to the validation of the model selection, a new model will be selected, and predicted map will be predicted for 2025. So this study provides a conclusion, provides a clear idea about urban growth models, in which each model has its own advantages. In simulating and predicting urban growth, it sets a new idea to integrate these models for obtaining maximum modeling accuracy. So with the help of the digital elevation model, transport network, and land cover changes from the smooth model is processed with the cellular automata, artificial neural network integrated techniques gives a better accuracy in simulating for the future urban model. So these are all my reference papers. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your nice presentation. Is there any implementation, ma'am? Have you implemented?
Yes, ma'am. First part, that is the land use, land cover change deductions. So that is for 2004, 11, and 18 I have deducted. Now I have to prepare the simulation model 18 and compare the 18 with the original data of 2018. And then finally I have to prepare the chart, simulation chart, that is where the variations in that, and I have to adjust those variations.
Madam?
That is software, just QGIS software, madam.
Which software?
QGIS.
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 Okay. Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
I call the next participant. Kavita, are you available? Devshri.
Hello everyone, good evening. I am going to present my project now.
You are going to present your project. Abhinaya, Kavita, what you are going to present? You are going to present the paper? Start.
Confidential data transfer using iris-based user authentication. Abstract. Confidential data and service access is mandatory to offer high security. User authentication is an approach to identify a specific user from a collection. User authentication helps to find exact user and offer user-based services. User authentication is almost done by using login approach. Login authentications are easily traceable and hacked. This work process, the iris-based authentication, it is the replacement to login authentication and can offer high security than login. Iris patterns are maintained in the database when registering the user profiles. At every login, the user has to upload new iris pattern. The new iris pattern is compared with registered iris pattern using LSB comparison. The approach redirects the web services after the comparison is succeeded. Thanking you.
Tyagarajan? Tyagarajan, Vetrivel? Anyone is available there? Yes. Tyagarajan sir, Vetrivel? Jayashree?
Ma'am,
Yes. Have you present, ma?
yes, ma'am.
Amar Chitra Devi. Anyone is there? Amar Chitra Devi.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yes. We're going to finish it. Let's start and finish it fast earlier.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Jayashree from Univeristy College of Arts and Science.
Okay.
Now I present my paper, section process based file. Earlier.
You are the student, ma? Are you a student? Jayashree. Jayashree.
Hi, yes, ma'am.
Present, ma? Why you are wasting the time, ma?
Ma'am, some network problem, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. I'm Jayashree from Vidyagiri College of Arts and Science. Now I presented, ma'am. My project name is the session process based file sharing system. The session password-based file sharing system is a web-oriented application developed to the large organization. The main theme of the web portal is to develop an efficient file sharing protocol between the various branches of the concern. The web portal allows the company employees to send and receive various files generated by the company branches. The sender and receiver should make a remote login to access the web service. The user account are created and maintained by the administrator of the company. The sender can upload any type of file into the sharing device. The receiver gets the notification when a sender uploads a file. The web system generated a random password based on a specific session for every transferred file name. The receiver should provide the current session password to get download link. The web system can send the random password as mail into the receiver. The session password will be changed by the web system automatically in predefined timing. The session password based file sharing system let the company to send and receive files in the efficient and high secured manner.
அனுப்பிட்டேன் MKDDCSல வந்து.
Thank you, ma'am.
Shreya ma'am, are you there?
Next to Chitra Devi is ready, ma'am.
Okay, Chitra Devi, you present your concept.
Good evening to all.
Good evening, ma. Chitra Devi. Chitra Devi. Am I audible or not? Chitra Devi Akshaya. Srinivasan sir, அவங்க அக்ஷயாக்கு வந்து co-host கொடுங்களேன்.
Unmute பண்ணிக்கலாம் மேடம், எல்லாரும் unmute பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, present ma'am, on to mic. Now audible, ma'am?
Yeah, now you are audible, ma.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, now audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Hi, ma'am, I'm Archaya.
Yes, yes.
In
Present, present.
purpose scheme, the user can easily and effectively log in into the system. We analyze the security and usability of the purpose scheme and show the resistance of the purpose scheme to hacking of login, credential, shoulder suffering, and accidental login. Thanking you.
What's your title, ma?
Secure login with dynamic password and image.
Why you are not able to share in the screen?
Share to ma'am. Share.
No, not possible. Chitra Devi, madam, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Are
Yes,
you ready
ma'am.
to present, ma'am? Chitra Devi, madam.
Ma'am, screen audible, ma'am.
இல்ல ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am.
Screen share screen la
Okay, now it is audible. Now it is visible, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
screen visible, ma'am.
Yeah, it's visible.
Good evening, ma'am. My topic is secure login with dynamic and image password.
Ma'am, again the screen is not visible. Please check it out.
Ma'am, some network issue, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am, some network issues, ma'am.
Akshaya, Chitra Devi, you can move. I think that.
Yes, ma'am, here.
Now the Usha Devi ma'am is going to share the screen.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, Kamaraj is ready, ma'am.
Yes, complete it, sir. Why you are wasting? Start, Amar.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. Start.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I'm Amar, Vidyari from Vidyari College of Arts and Science, Madurai, Karaikudi. Now I am going to explain my topic. Cloud-based security file sharing. Abstract. Cloud-based sharing file is a web application from sharing our data across web. Commonly, we have seen file sharing website. When an user upload a file, it will sharing among all users in web. there is no privilege from data owner to sharing file among certain users. In our project, we provide facilities to sharing data among certain users. When user upload a file, he is the data owner. During upload, owner have to provide the visibility of data, private, protected, and public. When upload data is private, it is not visible to another user. When public, it will show to all and also available to download for all users. When it is protected mode, the data is visible to all. When a user want to download protected data, he will allow to download only when data owner provide access. This system allow file sharing more secure among other users. Thank you.
Thank you. Usha Devi, ma'am, are you going to present or not, ma'am? Kanaga Sankari.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, next Tyagarajan is ready.
Yeah, okay, complete it. Kamaraj.
Ma'am, Tyagarajan is ready, ma'am. Share.
Ma'am, I'm Kanaga Shankari. Can I present
Yes,
this?
ma'am. Proceed it, ma'am.
Okay. ma'am. Ma'am, can I present?
Yes, madam, you can present.
Namaskaram. Good evening, everybody. I am Kanaga Shankari, research scholar, Manonmaniam Sundarnar University, Tirunelveli, under the guidance of Dr. Srimati Vallinayaki ma'am, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, Sri Sharda College for Women, Tirunelveli. Today, I am going to deliver my presentation title on the Patient's Clinical Data Privacy Protection Scheme based on blockchain technology. Here is my outline agenda of what I say in the presentations. Now, let's move on the introduction about blockchain technology. Blockchain is a decentralized distributed digital ledger. It stores information in data structures are called blocks. Once if you have created, you cannot alter or delete it. You can add only in the existing blockchains. Simply says it's a chain of blocks. Whenever a new transaction is recorded or existing transaction is updated, another new block gets created and so on with its own timestamps. Each new block is automatically linked to the previous blocks, all the way originating the blocks using the previous block's hash. Every time a new block is created, it is broadcasted in real time to all internet connected computers. These computers participated in the blockchain networks. These computers are known as nodes. Then blockchain can be classified into 4 categories: public, private, consortium, and hybrid. Public, it is an unrestricted, permissionless distributed ledger systems. Private, it is an authorized persons only operate on the blockchain systems. Consortium, it is best suitable for organizational collaboration. And then hybrid blockchains, it is a combination of both public and private blockchains. And then this is a simple blockchain architecture. Here are there is no centralized information in the blockchain architecture, so it is really impossible to hack a blockchain networks. Here are the some of the components of blockchain networks: node, transaction, blocks, chain, miners, and consensus. These are the components of blockchain architectures. In this figure shows the inside the blocks diagrams and then simple blockchain transactions. The initial transaction is called as Genesis block. This transaction is stored in the first block of the chain. Other transactions are checked for 2 reasons. Before being accepted, one is verification done by some other node in the same chain, and another one is digital signature of the centers. A consensus algorithm is a procedure through which all the peers of the blockchain network reach a common agreement about the present state of the distributed ledger. In this way, consensus algorithm achieve reliability in the blockchain networks. Blockchain networks release from two problems. One is double spending problems and another one is Byzantine generals. Suppose if the attacker is able to gain 51% of the network power, these issues can destroy the blockchain networks. So carefully build the consensus algorithms to avoid such an attacks. So that consensus algorithm first has a process system to validate, verifies, and finally confirms the transactions. After that, saving the transaction in a large distributed database, creating a chain of blocks, and finally implementing the consensus protocols. As I already told, consensus is the heart of the blockchain networks. Consensus algorithm is divided into two parts. One is proof-based consensus and another one is voting-based consensus. A proof-based consensus running on the runs in the public blockchain platforms, and voting-based consensus run on the private blockchain platforms. And then consensus mechanism on a voting can be further classified into two types. One is Byzantine fault tolerance and another one is crash fault tolerance. Then in healthcare industry, most commonly used platforms are Ethereum and Hyperledger. Ethereum, it is a public blockchain platforms. Hyperledger, it is a private blockchain platforms. Ethereum, it is used to enable smart contract on the blockchains. So Ethereum virtual machines provides a runtime environment for smart contracts. Proof of work consensus algorithm is working in the Ethereum based platforms, and then Hyperledger, it can allow only authorized participants to access the specific data. My problem statements. And the healthcare providers relies on smart technologies to manipulate the data of their registered participants. The electronic healthcare records plays a major key role in more efficient access to health records by health professionals and patients. Data breach attacks create many challenges for researchers. So improper medical treatments may be provided if a patient data is altered. Currently, healthcare sectors handle improper and insecure data. All these issues create many challenges in the data access system in healthcare systems. Data sharing and access control both have a security problems in healthcare sector. And then scalability in blockchain system is a concern as the number of participants in the system also increases the computational requirements of blockchain infrastructure. It's my objectives to build a blockchain-based framework for secure interoperability and efficient access to medical records by patients, payers, and providers. This framework is preserving the privacy of patients' very sensitive information. Consensus mechanism is the key role for implementing agreements in the blockchain technology. Blockchain technology has a variety of consensus algorithm. We already discussed. From that task of heavy calculations to mathematical proofs of Byzantine agreements, and then Hyperledger fabric-based blockchain framework utilized in smart contracts for heightened access control. To improve the data accessibility, high-level security algorithm is implementing. In this research work, we contribute we introduce a new novel access control policy algorithms for improving the data access among its stakeholders in the healthcare sectors using blockchain technologies. This proposed algorithms has been upgraded to be optimized for low overheat times. It aims to solve many of the problems associated with already available Byzantine fault tolerance. The performance metrics in blockchain network such as latency, throughput, and comparative analysis for proposed and existing works have also been optimized for achieving the enhanced results. This is my proposed systems. There are 5 stakeholders in the proposed systems. Smart contracts are defined in this proposed area. Stakeholders request a certificate of registration from the certificate authority through membership service providers. Certificate authority then issues a certificate and private key with the new ID to register each stakeholders. Patient will have their sensitive medical information recorded in the electronic healthcare records. Patient data is stored encrypted in the database. The database decrypts the data and sends it to the system admin when the patient's privacy history. Each stakeholders can only access the access logs provided to them. The entire network is secure as transactions are added to the block with a timestamp. In this novelty architecture, we implement a new algorithm based on the PPFT, practical bystander fault tolerance mechanisms. Here is my analysis and discussion. First, I shared healthcare data versus unshared healthcare data. In this implementation, we compared healthcare blockchain with an unshared network to see how many encounters of each network could complete within a given times. With the identical simulation circumstance, the shared healthcare blockchains handle 112 appointments. At the same time, unshared healthcare process only 28 appointments. Another implementation, round trip for execution times. We looked at the impact of the expanding the number of caregivers in the proposed network on the number of processed appointments. The shorts networks are constructed based on the patient's medical history and transitions are executed inside of them. Another one's public and private blockchains throughput. In this figure, the response time and throughput are compared in seconds with the public type blockchain used in the Ethereum type framework, and then private type blockchain we used Hyperledger Fabric framework. This time at which transaction is added to a block by a leader and the block to be validated by a blockchain node is called as consensus latency. And then finally, I conclude, blockchain technology would be great solutions to the problem facing the healthcare sectors, such as lack of patient-centered proper approaches, the inability to integrate diverse systems, maintenance, and protections of sensitive patients' medical data. The excellent framework in the blockchain technology enables the healthcare sectors to improve. The consensus protocols in blockchains varies according to the organizations and their computational speed, performance, and patients' electronic data safety. And each of these consensus protocols differs in dealing with attacks. These are my references. Any queries, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, very nice presentation, ma'am. Your presentation you have classified and you have, ma'am, is there any limitations is there in your work?
No, ma'am, starting process, ma'am, no limitation, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, fine, ma'am. Thank you very much for your presentation. Very nice presentation. We have
Thank you
announced
so much,
ma'am. Okay, thank you. Is there any other participant is there?
Yes, myself, Vijayalakshmi. Yes, ma'am. Myself, Vijayalakshmi. Shall I present?
Yes,
ma'am. Vijayalakshmi from Sarada College. Shall I present?
Ma'am.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, thank you. Ma'am, is my screen is visible? Ma'am?
It is visible, ma'am. You can present.
Okay. Myself, Vijayalakshmi, Assistant Professor of Computer Science from Tirunelveli Sarada College. My paper title is Identification of Prominent Gene Using ASPS.
சரி நான் கிளம்புறேன். ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ். என்னடா கிளம்ப பண்ணிக்கிறீங்க?
In this presentation, I am going to discuss about what is gene, genome, genetics, genomics, and gene mutation, gene expressions, importance of genomic information and genomic databases, benefits of genomics, application of AI techniques, and proposed work.
நன்றி. இல்லப்பா இன்னொன்னு இருக்கு. ஆனா அது ஒண்ணுமே கேட்கல. நான் பேச இல்ல வேண்டாம் வேண்டாம். ஒண்ணுதான் கேட்கல. சரி பாய்.
Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, am I audible?
Ma'am, please mute your mic, please.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, madam, you are audible. Madam.
Yes. What is gene? Life's hereditary information which passes from parents to siblings for leading their life is present in every single gene. A genome is a collection of all the genes in an organism and has instruction for producing and nourishing life. The new discipline genomics for mapping, sequencing, including analysis of information, is born from combination of molecular and cell biology, which classical genetics and is adopted by computational science. As per WHO, genetics is the study of hereditary, and genomics is defined as the study of genes and their functions and related techniques. The main variance between genetics and genomics is that genetics analyzes the functioning and composition of the single gene, whereas genomics addresses all genes and its interrelationships in order to perceive their combined impact on the growth and expansion of the organism. What is gene mutation? Gene is necessary for the expression of proteins and is a functional unit of hereditary. Gene consists of 4 bases. They are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine arranged in a particular order. Any change in the arrangement of bases in a gene causes gene mutation, which may cause disease. Accurate prediction of mutated, that is prominent genes, helps us to analyze the effects of different diseases on humans and prescribe the correct medicine to cure them. Gene expression. A cell responding to its changing environment is called gene expression. Genes encode proteins and proteins dictate cell function. The function of a cell is determined by the genes expressed in that particular cell. Analysis of gene expression helps to diagnose the genetic disorders and genetic mutations that may lead to disease. Gene expression and regulation are the basis of cell development and differentiation. They also allow the cell to adapt to different conditions. Importance of analyzing genomic information. Genomics is the discipline of understanding the functionality of genome. Every organism has unique structure of genome. Gene mutations can increase risk for disease. Genomic sequencing can help to understand the entire functionality of whole sets of genes in an organism. Any change in the functionality of a single gene will affect the entire body of the organism, as each and every gene is interrelated. Importance of analyzing genomic information. Sequencing the genome is a significant step to understand the genomes and to study the proteins they encode. The sequence of the DNA is stored in databases available to anyone on the internet. Analysis of genomic information will deepen our knowledge in understanding the disease mechanism and provide valuable insights to the cause and progression of common diseases and guide the development of new drugs and clinical procedures. Importance of genomic information. Analysis of genomic information, that is sequencing, can help to find the influence of genetic factors in a disease. Analyzing genomic sequencing for unique gene variations with a huge amount of sequence data available in Human Genome Project can help the stakeholders of healthcare system for the development of new treatment, that is precision medicine, new drugs, and new policies. The goal of Human Genome Project is to sequence the whole genes present in humans. The final analysis of Human Genome Project in April 2003 tell us that the DNA of humans are 99.9% identical to each other. The rest of 1% variation across the genome reveal differences in physical appearance, inheritance of rare disorders, increased risk of common illness. These are some of the primary genomic databases used for research purpose, health and well-being, disease study, and drug designing. Genome databases store information about coding and non-coding sequences. Benefits of analyzing genomic information stored in genomic databases. The genetic information received from genome sequencing benefits the growth of many fields in bioinformatics, computational genomics. Both have powerful research tools for identifying gene variants present in genome that contribute to common diseases. Researchers compare the genome of people with illness with unaffected people and identify the genetic differences between sick and healthy people and identify the genetic risk. By identifying the genetic risk, researchers would be able to identify clues to new targets for the development of therapies that treat or even prevent illness. In future, the responses of disease to drugs and precision of the doctors can be decided by the genetic makeup of the individual. Application of AI techniques. Machine learning is the one of the application of AI technique. Artificial intelligence is an intellectual process and imitate human brain. Humans learn and apply new ideas by their previous experiences. Likewise, machine learning algorithms help machines to learn from past stored information without being explicitly coded. The machine learning algorithms includes learning, that is deduction, and self-correction, prediction with precision, when introduced with structured data, that is supervised learning, and semi-structured data, unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning can be used to learn new features for deduction and prediction problems with improved accuracy. Machine learning algorithms combine, that is ensemble the results of predictions of multiple models to one to produce more accurate solution, that is prediction. The main benefit of improving precision in prediction, narrowing down the primitive predicted interactions, is to reduce time and cost involved in predicting mutated gene expression. My proposed work consists of 5 steps. First step 1 is selection of valid data set. PSC-AAC used in the field of proteomics and in the field of drug development and biomedicine for analysis of protein sequences. My research problem is to identify the mutated gene, that is prominent gene. For this purpose, I have selected pseudo amino acid composition data set, that is PSC-AAC. This data set is text-based format and represented amino acid, that is protein sequences, as a single letter code. Amino acid is the basic building block of proteins. Step 2, mathematical formulation of samples, statistical moments based on polynomials and distribution functions. My idea is to formulate a mathematical expression to find moments in the data set. Moments causes repetition of letter codes both in direction and position. Directions may be clockwise and anti-clockwise, and positions may be left, center, and right. Step 3, introduction and development of prediction algorithm. Example, machine learning classifier random forest, ensemble of multiple models. My idea is to develop a classifier model to identify the prominent gene pattern from the data set. Step 4 is to compare the accuracy of new classified model with the already existing machine learning models. Step 5 is to implement the model after the validating process. These are some of the references I have used for this presentation. Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank-
your wonderful presentation, Vijayalakshmi, ma'am.
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
just want to know that did you compare with the existing technique, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one can you show?
Existed technique. My data set is PSC AAC, ma'am. In this data set, I have prepared a machine learning algorithm which identify the patterns. The patterns for movements. The data in the data set is the data set is stored as a matrix in matrix format. And
the data set you have chosen, ma'am, is it global database or some other specifically?
Specifically, my idea is to identify the prominent gene. That is the prominent gene is the gene which is mutated. That is not the normal gene. Each gene has a protein encode for protein. The protein is base for all the functions of the cell. If the sequence of the protein has changed, then the cell has to give the instructions through the protein encoding. If it changed, automatically the function of the cell changed, and automatically we may get cancer. So I have taken the data set which contains the data of protein sequences. The data set is the input of the data set is FASTA format. That is another data set that is in text-based format, representing amino acid sequences in a single letter-based code. And FASTA means fast all. It's for all. You can use it for protein and nucleotide. So my aim is to find already the sequences are existing. So I have to find the moments. Moments means the repetition of letters. Whether the repetition of letters, that sequence is in the left side of the pattern, or right side of the pattern, or center of the pattern, or it is in directions, whether it is in anti-clockwise or clockwise direction. So machine learning algorithm, my algorithm will find the pattern, search for the particular pattern. So normal genes patterns, if the pattern differs from normal gene, then it is the prominent gene, the gene that is affected with the mutated gene. So I have compiled some algorithms to find the patterns, the movement patterns, whether the letter codes that is representing the amino acids, that is the basic for proteins, will repeat where the repetition of the codes. Based on that, I identify the pattern and compare that pattern with the already existing normal gene pattern. If it is varies, then that gene is prominent gene, mutated gene. This may lead to disease. That is the idea, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your nice explanation, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Is anyone is there to present the paper, though we have missed out? Okay. Now we have came to the final end of the session. I just want to give a vote of thanks. Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected Registrar, the convener, our most valued invited guests, professors and researchers. It is said that the essence of all beautiful art is gratitude. Hence, it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of the Department of Computer Science, Directorate of Distance Education, Madurai Kamaraj University, and the entire team that hosts this e-conference, the Computer Science fraternity here together, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the speakers for gracing the important work on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the research-oriented topics, sharing with us with their findings and opinions on these 3 days. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for the speakers for his insightful clarifications, which in a would attract researchers even from other areas to take up research in this direction. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our heartfelt thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor for the perfect all the support and guidance he has extended to all of us in this occasion. Thank you, sir. I also extend my thanks to the registrar in charge, Mr. Sivakumar sir, and also to the director, Dr. Ramasamy sir, DDE, for their enormous cooperation in the organization of this event. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Finally, I would like to thank my colleagues as well as the team who have worked for this international conference throughout this 3 days. Dr. Satish Kumar, Arul Alexander of our DDE student, and my scholar, Mrs. Kilekia, who have supported throughout this international conference. We also profoundly thank all the participants for being with us throughout the sessions in these 3 days. It's a great pleasure. Thank you, and thank you one and all. If anyone is willing to give the feedback, can give it. Participants, if anyone is willing to give the feedback, can give. Srinivasan sir, you can unmute.
meeting and the mari pete enakku the video adula pete
unmute la irukkum.
Sir, Kulandival sir.
நீங்க எது feedback பண்ணாங்களா?
Yes, madam.
Sir, can you give some feedback?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Conference.
Just quickly, one second.
இது அமுக்குனா இது போயிடும்.
So, good afternoon to all. I'm really happy to be here for the past 3 days. Even though I have some other work, I was able to join the second international e-conference on recent development in science, engineering, and information technology being conducted from 10th May to 12th May 2022. First of all, I have to really congratulate Dr. Indrani, because I was really surprised to see the 3 days fully she was there. Because even I was going now and then for a middle some time, but I was able to see Madam fully concentrating on this, and she was with all the resource persons also. And for everything she was welcoming, she was thanking the experts and also for the participants, because we used to see many programs where different persons will be there, maybe like chairperson if you allow, so they will take care. But really I had to appreciate this. So first of all, I want to congratulate Dr. Indrani for doing this, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Welcome. Then I want to congratulate the team behind this. Especially I want to congratulate our Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and other department HODs and other officials from Madurai Kamaraj University. And especially I want to congratulate Mr. Satish Kumar and Madam Ilakia, because whatever queries we asked, they were able to do immediately in spite of our other schedules. So thanks to all the organizing committee members. And here I wish to thank the especially experts, starting from Professor Anand Nair, or like Madam Professor Dr. Syed Umanatha, Dr. A. Pandarasamy, Professor Dr. M. Nandini, Mr. M. Sendil Kumar, even today's session just now, Dr. R. Indira Gandhi. Because when I observed like the thing like image segmentation, Madam was telling, it was really an interesting one. Because I used to go for many PhD vivas and I used to observe those things. But this is like a new, because most of the people are using like image segmentations, medical image processing like that. But this is will be very really good. I was also thinking like a lot of old files were there, because I can recall around 2006-7 like that. We have done a lot of things, especially related to that palm leaves. The OHOD, it was there in Classical Institute, that is Central Institute of Classical Time, CACT, which was formed by Government of India. So many things they have digitized, but seeing the thing what Madam was telling, like segmenting particular thing, these things were really good. And even the participants, I was really surprised. Okay, many research scholars they have done, and some of the faculty also have done. They are showing interest, because always I say about Industry 4.0, IoT, like what is happening with augmented reality or virtual reality. So most of things like cyber physical systems, cyber security, because these are all really emerging areas. So I could see all the participants are discussing with this, like including image processing. So overall, I was really happy to see that. So many papers, many ideas. So congratulations to all the authors and all the presenters also. And finally, I wish to thank all other audiences, okay, other students and other faculty members who attended. So thank you for giving us an opportunity. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you
all.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is anyone is willing, sir, to give the feedback? Spandi Kumar, sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ma'am, it's a great pleasure to invite such kind of research persons and then such kind of research guides who gave a lot of new research areas and then scopes. And then finally, the last technical session, it was the ma'am who gave a splendid, awesome, mind-blowing speech regarding UGC funded projects in deep learning and machine learning areas. I am very keen on the research area in machine learning also. So I got a lot of points from her. So it's a nice, well organized, ma'am. Well organized conference I have attended.
Thank you, Pandi
Thank
Kumar,
you.
sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
once for all, we thank you a lot on behalf of Madurai Kamaraj University. Thank you. And for your certificates, we need some time. That is within 3 to 5 days maximum it will take. We will reach you with the certificate. Okay, thank you. And please keep an update with this WhatsApp because we need some informations regarding the certificate verification. So keep update with that. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now we can leave the session.
Six movie.